The most perfectly preserved window into the ancient Roman world only exists because the city and its people were completely annihilated. A sudden, overwhelming deluge of volcanic ash entombed the residents of Pompeii in 79 AD. The debris cooled and hardened around their bodies, creating a suffocating vacuum that captured their final, agonizing moments in a near-perfect time capsule. But long before the ash fell, this coastal haven was a fiercely contested prize. Starting in the 8th century BC, the Oscans, the Greeks, and the Etruscans all recognized the immense strategic value of the port, fighting for centuries to control its access to the Mediterranean trade routes. That struggle ended in 89 BC. Roman general Sulla besieged the city with artillery, leaving impact craters you can still see in the walls today. After forcing their surrender, Rome flooded the newly minted colony with imperial wealth, and local aristocratic families quickly Latinized their names to assimilate into the winning side. The true source of that wealth was the ground they stood on. The Campania region boasted an incredibly fertile topsoil that produced massive surpluses of barley, wheat, and fresh olives, and highly lucrative wine that Pompeii exported across the sea. Yet the very engine of their agricultural dominance was a dormant killer. The nutrient-rich soil that made them rich was the byproduct of previous volcanic eruptions. Rome had engineered a wildly profitable, thriving municipality, but they had built it directly on top of a geological time bomb. By the 1st century AD, Pompeii had expanded into a sprawling provincial hub of 11,500 residents, operating with a level of mechanical sophistication that rivaled modern metropolises. This city grid map highlights the logistical complexity required to sustain the population. You can see the 31 industrial-sized bakeries distributed across the districts, each operating heavy millstones and massive wood-burning ovens to feed the population. Thriving commercial streets were packed with thermopolia, nearly 100 separate fast food establishments where citizens bought hot stews and wine from deep terracotta jars embedded right into the service counters. They also dominated regional entertainment. Decades before the Colosseum in Rome was even started, Pompeii's massive stone amphitheater was already hosting gladiator combats, utilizing complex stairways and corridors designed for highly efficient crowd control. Behind the closed doors of the wealthy class, that engineering gave way to specialized luxury. Private villas featured heated floors, running water, and walls plastered with vivid red frescoes depicting secret religious rites and expensive social indulgences. By achieving this level of cultural complexity, the Pompeians had created a society that assumed its survival, rendering them completely blind to the natural forces stirring directly beneath their heated stone floors. The mountain gave them a warning. In 62 AD, a massive earthquake fractured the city, toppling statues and collapsing entire blocks. Rather than recognize the geological threat and abandon the fault line, the citizens doubled down. They demolished the damaged homes and used the newly cleared land to construct even grander, more lavish central bathhouses, outfitted with modern window glass and advanced heating systems. Their ambition normalized the danger. Even as minor tremors began rattling the streets in the autumn of 79 AD, the residents treated them as a routine inconvenience. In late October, Mount Vesuvius finally fractured. For 18 continuous hours, a choking rain of pumice stones and lapilli rained down on Pompeii, collapsing roofs and physically trapping thousands of people inside their homes. Then came the climax, a dense pyroclastic flow, a cloud of toxic gas and ash exceeding 250 degrees Celsius, swept down the mountain at highway speeds, incinerating everything in its path and causing instant death for anyone still breathing. Within 2 days, a bustling Roman metropolis vanished. Plunged into total darkness, the city lay buried under 20 feet of volcanic debris. The Pompeians made the ultimate mistake, believing their Roman engineering and ambition could command the earth itself. The city slept in the dark for over 1,500 years, slowly fading into local myth until architects digging a water trench stumbled across the tops of the painted walls in the late 16th century. Systematic excavations eventually revealed the empty voids left behind by decomposed bodies in the ash layer. By injecting plaster into those cavities, 19th century archaeologist Giuseppe Fiorelli allowed the modern world to look directly into the faces of the ancient victims. Even today, the ash continues to yield pristine artifacts. Excavators are still pulling untouched ceremonial chariots, intact snack bars, and intricate bronze medallions from the debris. Pompeii is a complete, unedited cross-section of a Roman city, frozen at the exact second it was erased. They built their homes on the edge of a crater, confident that their infrastructure was permanent. Looking at their ruins, it is hard not to wonder how close we are living to our own. If you want to witness more stories of the rise and fall of power, subscribe and follow to Empire Snapshots.